It's week 8 of the NFL, and we've got a showcase of shutdown defenses. It's the Texans and the Panthers, and it's all up next.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they too come in off the bye, so we should have 2 teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into the swing of things.
And Raheem Blackshear now to return it. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time. And Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Short throw underneath to Hurst, and he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. You look at the defense for these Texans. They've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. The Panthers at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A give up the middle, Hubbard. There's a nice move. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Young now. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Will Anderson in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. This is up and good from Pinheiro. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the 2nd overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
So no advantage in this game for either quarterback in terms of coming off that open week, huh?
Yeah, they both had buys.
Both had them, so you got to figure both of them went back, watched some extra tape, polished up their game, checked out their fundamentals, but they also both had an extra week to prepare for each other's defenses. This could be a whole lot of fun.
Oh, man, coming off a great rookie year, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage.
Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. It shot tops it here to pick. And the Panthers will take over possession here up at the 44. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off and improved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense, but you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
Ready.
1st and 10, Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. They proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 77 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventionals ones aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
2nd and 5.
At the Texans' 16-yard line.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he will take it across for the Panthers touchdown. Chuba Hubbard with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Woods, the receiver, in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw taken in by Collins. Only able to gain a couple there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter two, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Stroud on third down now. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On fourth down, here's Cameron Johnston on to punt for Houston. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Sheds off the tackle. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run.
How about this? Racing to the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Piñeiro now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here's a diving catch right side. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
To me, there's nothing like watching rookie effort in the NFL. So excited to be there. They're going to give you the max on each and every play, aren't they?
Well, he proved himself on that catch, that's for sure.
I think he may have proved himself to the point where he's going to get a second here.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Mills now. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big, because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Check pink. Set, go.
Right back to Hubbard. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. 3rd and 4. Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
Here we go, set.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Set, cut.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Black shot. Ready?
Young to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now here's Young. He's got a man, complete, and all the way down to the 41-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Let's go.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Set.
Here is Young. He's going to let it go again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Ready.
A second down throw for Young. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
That's caught by Mingo, right side. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Fourth down, Young being chased out left. Oh, Young loses it, and the Texans scoop it. There he goes, right side. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the offense, and Hayden Hurst sitting right around the midpoint of the season on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing a 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that time and change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, trying to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Able to get away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Again, it's Young. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Come on, set. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Young. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready, ready. Claws red. Set, cut.
Young to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Ready?
On second down, Young. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Bryce Young in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment defense.
Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. The Saints trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Acrisure Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Deontay Johnson, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The Titans trying to hold on and claim victory. Each team making their final preparations for this second half. We're about ready too, as we'll send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon and Charles at Bank of America Stadium.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of its coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they? Robert Woods!
A huge play there for Houston. 44 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
A throw over the middle taken in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Pierce gets this one running right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Drop for a loss on the play by D.J. Johnson.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. On the bootleg, Stroud. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Offenses have to continue to try and come up with ways to block this man. Otherwise, those types of plays happen. This is why the Panthers rebuffed trade offers for Burns all offseason, knowing he's a franchise cornerstone. Career-high 12.5 sacks last year, 38 in his first 4 seasons, and he added another one right there.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will close the gap down to 14. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Blackshear now on the return. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard. Takes it to about the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down, Young. Dancing to his left. Just a crazy throw there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
First completion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Stroud working out of the gun.
And this is going to be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Carolina getting set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That throw by Young incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen, but this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw, Young. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball, but oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away.
Here's Hardman to return.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
And the Texans will take over.
And now out comes Houston.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Pierce has it knocked loose.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right? To him, it probably felt like hours, because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte. Stroud looking to throw. This one left side caught by Collins.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go now.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Stroud. Got his man, Dell.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Panthers' 15-yard line.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Stroud.
And it'll be intercepted.
Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Ready, play.
Young working out of the gun.
They'll air one out deep for Mingo.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Young on third down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And a throw there by Young, caught by Thielen.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And we got an injury here. And I believe, yes, that's the wideout, Adam Thielen.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Young's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3. Ready. At the 43-yard line.
To the air once more, Young.
It's caught. It's Chenault again.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, Young. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Ready?
On play action, Young. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Out of the gun, it's Young.
He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And Young's going to throw it here, eluding the pressure right. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hubbard will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
They'll run again.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2.
They'll run for it. It's Hubbard.
And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's the surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Stroud.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. time not on their side, I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Stroud to throw it. Throwing left sideline there. That's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. This is 4th down. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Chuba Hubbard
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Panthers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. Houston set to take over. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, it's Stroud.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panther. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25.
And the Texans set to come onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play. to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination